Let's run over here. He's going to explain things to us real quick. Look good to you?
Yeah.
Looking out the window as we were flying in, you could just see open space everywhere. The population density here is a lot lower. And then stepping off the plane, I kind of got hit with a little bit of heat. But something else that struck me was there's a lot of poverty that we drove through, and just it's a different way of life. And so I think I'm really looking forward to being able to minister to the people there, but also the perspective is really valuable, and I don't think there's a lot of places in America that I can really go to get that same experience. I think this is an invaluable opportunity to go and experience the way that the Lord works in a different country and a different people with a different situation, and something that I don't think I could ever get through a book or through, without actually living it.
Come from Covenant Church, big church, and we come here, and the word church could mean like a small little building without any sides to it. When I saw the church that we were putting a roof on, I was like a little bit in shock. But when we went to the church in Maya Mopan, it was a nice-sized church, and fairly well constructed and pretty big. So when we came up to the door, you see everybody hesitantly looking at us, but inside you're hearing this music go on, and I respond to music. It's my favorite way to worship, and so when you hear music that is just so different from our music, our worship music, it really is fun and thrilling, and it was all about clapping. I have never clapped so much at a church service in my life, and it came from their heart. It was just this soulful type of music. What's impacted me most is seeing like faith in action and being connected with people who have kind of given up everything and are following Jesus. And my most specific example is my wonderful roommate Marissa, who I had to say goodbye to today. And Marissa's from Belize, and she's now working with Bold Hope. She just started, and Marissa gave us a medical testimony that was pretty powerful. And then privately, she shared a couple other stories that just were really amazing. Her faith in Jesus and how Jesus has answered the call for her at every step. And that has probably impacted me more than anything else. So if the Lord sent me just to talk to Marissa, then maybe that's what my moment was supposed to be here.
Well, as I understand it, they've been currently meeting over here, but just without the protection from the sun and the rain. The woman that's a couple houses down over here has been integral in trying to get the community a church. So they have a gathering place, and they have people that will build this community for Christ. So very exciting. I mean, they don't have much, but they give with everything they have from the heart. There's a lot of things in our everyday life that's not important. And I think the most important thing to me is just trying to keep this momentum as I go home, that I don't lose that feeling and that spirit that I've gotten here, that I still want to give back and help and get out again and do it once more. And then again, I hope.
3 days. We're having 3 lessons focusing on Jesus. Wonderful to do, right?
Is we need each group to have a person who's going to kind of help lead the games.
So, I mean, it's a lot like Haiti. You know, speaking Creole, it's kind of weird seeing it on the other side of the island, having never been here. Definitely the same struggles as the other side of the island in regard to just the depravity. And that same like instant connection that you can have with people. Like Bedley, a little boy just, run up and just instantly like feeling comfortable playing with my arm hair. Like,
Alto Vio is, how would I describe it? The way that it was described to me is a community that kind of has just popped up recently in the past couple years, and people own property or they have built kind of structures that are their homes on these properties. And I think there's like 250 family units. The homes are very close together. It's dirt roads, but the people are like so joyful. We've gone to so many houses and invited the kids to VBS today, and people are so happy just living their lives, and they have beautiful gardens, and the kids are running around, and it's a well-loved community, even though to our eyes it might not look like that.
I mean, it's one of those places that you can see the physical needs, and so I think that definitely makes your heart ache for the people. But at the same time, you have a real sense of community and people who are there for each other. So while there's some brokenness, there's beauty in it. The trip is a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, which is great because I think we want to put in a lot of work in a short amount of time. I think sometimes short-term internships can be feeling like we just swoop in and swoop out, but it's great that we're actually contributing to a longer-term process so that it's not just a matter of kind of coming in and being Americans, but rather supporting something that's already happening with both Bold Hope and the Nationals doing the work here. So I hope that as we leave, that we can continue something that will be perpetuated after we are gone.
So today we got here, we had the previous team had put the posts in the ground for us already. So we had those posts, I think it was 16 posts we had to go through, and we had to cut the posts all to size. So they're all 10 feet now high. And then we had to wait for some clamps, which never came, so we ended up having to redesign it. So we cut a big L out of the top of the post that we could put the braces and the beams up on top of it. So we just did that, we finished that, we cut all that out, we just finished those up. So tomorrow we're going to need to be ready to get the trusses up, and we'll be able to go from there.
It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. We're working as a team, each person helping out, and it's been great. So there's a top cap that we're looking for that we're trying to track down. Obviously, there's not the Home Depots that you can go to just normal corner, but if we can't get those to put the beams in, we're gonna come up. We have another plan that we can put do some cutouts and some notches.
So Abate really is a small community of migrants located inside of a sugarcane field. They live here and they work right next door. They're stuck in the middle of the sugarcane. In the DR, most of the people living in the Bates are from Haiti. So they're Haitian migrants that come over either seasonally or they live here, but they live in these small communities, these very simple communities to harvest sugarcane. So a lot of the people here get worked until they can't anymore. Pastor Meded talked about this morning. He said they have the life sucked out of them. And as you get older, without a family, a lot of these people are walking around waiting to die, which is what Giovanni. That's how she describes the condition. Says that these men are walking around waiting to die.
So I think every time I come down on a missions trip, I ask the Lord, like, hey, show me something on each trip. And I feel like every single time he shows me the same thing, that he has made his children all the same. Like, and because I'm a mom, I look at kids and that's kind of more my focus, but I often see these kids as they are the same, no matter what country we go to, they act the same. The teenagers are silly, they go after the girls, they go after the boys, they're sassy with each other, just like our teenagers back at home. And it doesn't matter if we have the language barrier, they're still the same. It's just such an amazing picture to me of God and who He's created.